It's time once again for That Business Show with Jamie and Kelly. That Business Show gives a voice to Tampa Bay's entrepreneurial community and highlights our community leaders, aiming to inspire and educate our listeners. Become a part of the entrepreneurial movement today by becoming a member of the Tampa Bay Business Owners and get your brand on air today. Visit TampaBayRadio.com for more information. All shows available on demand. Now, here are your hosts, Jamie and Kelly.
Hey, good morning, everybody, and thanks for checking in this morning to That Business Show. Now with Jamie and Kelly, where business becomes show business. Kelly, good morning to you. How are you doing?
Good morning. Happy Tuesday. I'm awake, maybe.
Well, we're definitely going to wake up here because we got an exciting topic. We're talking about options today. So Kelly knows all about options. Actually, she came in and thought that was a choice that people made. But nonetheless, we're talking about options in terms of investing. And so puts, calls, butterfly strategies, all that stuff. Although we won't get that complicated nonetheless. But we will be talking about options with Michael McNellis, who is an option strategist with Key2Options. And you can learn more about this throughout the discussion. Key2Options.com. So Michael, welcome to the program today.
Welcome, Michael.
Thank you for having me.
And he's also a returning
Jamie's
guest
excited.
to the program. Taking me back to my days in finance when I actually understood this stuff more, but nonetheless, I still remember puts and calls. Those are things you just don't forget. Now,
It's
how they
fantastic
work
stuff.
and everything.
Great 7 a.m. talk.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I don't know if I'm ready for this. We should start with what is a put and what is a call.
You should probably start more with what it is as an option. So tell her what an option
Well,
is.
Choices.
Well, if we think about stock buying, right, we think about buying Microsoft or selling Microsoft. An option just gives you the right to buy or sell Microsoft at a certain price. So it's kind of like renting the stock, if you will.
Yeah, and
Like
with
a purchase option to buy in real
correct.
estate.
It's an option to purchase or sell at a certain time in the
That's
future,
right.
given a price hits a certain value. If I remember right, call options are the right to purchase if a price you're expecting the stock to go up with a call option.
That's right.
With a put option, you're expecting the stock to go down.
Absolutely.
Correct? And if I remember right, put options are essentially you're borrowing shares from somebody else to then sell them at the higher value, and then when the value comes down, you can buy them and then replace
that would
them.
actually be selling short.
Selling
so a put
short,
option,
okay.
You don't have to do that. You can just buy the put option.
Just buy the put option.
expecting that it is going to go
Okay,
down.
so that's the same scenario right there.
Absolutely.
Okay. And so that's your quick lesson on puts and calls. And as you can see, it gets complicated right off the bat and everything. It amazes me what our investors have done with the stock markets. It's just basic buying and selling, but they've created all these statistical things to hedge their investments and stuff. And it's quite the complicated market. Let's just start with a basic question. What is Key2Options?
Yeah, so Key2Options is a software platform that helps investors and traders make better informed decisions. So as you talked about, there's a lot of statistics involved in trading, and we help investors and traders go through different buy and sell criteria for trading.
Now, what is the background of this model? I think you were saying that the founder started with just an Excel spreadsheet, a model, and put something together, sort of like what I was showing you that I was working on in the past.
Yeah, Ashok Yarlegada is our CEO, super sharp guy, and basically he was in the computer. He's a computer science engineer, and his background was in banking. And so in working with big companies like Citi, HSBC, banks like that, he got involved and started learning about currency hedging. And in his software development, he had to work with that. So he got interested in trading. And then with his love of computer software architecture, he decided to build this program. And when he was looking around for things like this, he couldn't find anything. So one of his main criteria was people would say, I think it's a good idea to buy XYZ stock on a certain date because of this indicator. So he would try it, and it didn't work. And so after a couple times of that, he said, well, I want to be able to back test and find out if this actually historically works. So you can have an idea, like I think it's a good idea to buy Apple Computer on Monday and sell it on Friday. And with our system, you can actually go back and find out if that's a theory that works or not.
So it calculates a formula for you, in a sense.
Yeah, basically. And our program requires no computer programming skills at all. So typically hedge funds, large financial institutions use this type of trading, algorithmic trading, to create models to find inefficiencies and where support and resistance are. But you need to have a lot of computer programming skills. And we've designed our program so you really don't need any computer programming skills.
So even I could use it.
If I can use it, you can use it.
So is this a service whereby you would just log into your website and you would just watch the chart and the model? Is it any more complicated than just watching the indicators and making your moves based on what you're seeing?
Well, basically, it's a big set of data that is easy to manipulate. So again, if you have an idea of buying Apple on Monday and selling it on Friday, you can put those parameters into the system, put in your own money management skills, say you're looking for a 10% return or 20% return, and then we can find out how profitable that system is.
Is it just for options? I mean, can people use it for just stock and bond?
No, we can use it for stocks, ETFs as well.
Exchange-traded funds?
Yep, absolutely. And one of the things that we also have within our program is we have the ability to create these models and find out what the returns are, but we also have our own custom buy-sell indicator that we call state modeling.
What do you mean by state modeling then?
Yeah, so state modeling is something, it's some advanced mathematics, really good stuff, for 7 o'clock in the morning. But basically, if you think about a traffic signal as a finite state machine, so at any given point in time, you'll see a traffic light is either red, yellow, or green. And after a certain point, it'll change or transition into a different state. So same with stocks and bonds. Basically, a stock will be in a particular state when certain indicators come into our financial model, we change that state. So we let you know whether a stock is either in a bullish phase or a bearish phase. And it's that simple. We also will let you know the expected movement of it. So we might say Microsoft just turned bullish today, and we expect an 8% move in the next 32 days.
Now, I remember years ago I used to listen to a show called Phil's Gang. He's still on the air and everything, and this was back when I was studying finance and trying to get my hands around the entire thing. And he had a program, something like this too, where that he tried to sell, and I'm sure probably still out there on the market, whereby you could watch the stocks and it would tell you when to buy and everything. Is it something along those lines, or are there other competing products like this out there on the marketplace?
There's not too many like ours. Again, part of what we have is the ability to go back and back test. And so what's really great about that is if you're new to trading and you haven't done it before, we can now trade Apple Computer from 2007 to present day and find out what works and what hasn't worked. And so from there, you gain that experience. So it's almost like you can become a 10-year veteran by using the program.
I can become an expert pretty quickly.
Absolutely.
So would your typical client be someone that is representing other people, or the consumer or the investor themselves?
Yeah, so it's really everybody right now. We focus mainly on retail traders, people who have their own account, who want to take a little bit more control of their own money management. We're also, we work with institutions. We're down with Florida Gulf Coast University, putting our product into their schools so their students can use it. And we also work with hedge funds, money managers, registered investment advisors, helping them along, guide their clients to make them more profitable, generate alpha is what it's called for the investment advisors, help them, teaching them how to use options trading.
So is the model just based around that past results are indicative of future results based on, how it behaved in the past? Is that really whatever it's deriving where it's going to go?
Yeah, somewhat. So computers are much better than humans are at determining where support and resistance are, right? So we can we can use our algorithm to find those great areas where we should be buying and selling at. And unlike humans with our emotions, typically the fear and greed sets in, and if something goes up, we think it's going to go higher, and then it might go down, and then we get upset, and if it only goes back higher, I'll sell it again. So the computer really lets us know where the targets are based mathematically. So we don't really let our emotions get into it. So once we enter into a trade, we've actually traded that model for 10 years. We know what we expect it to do. Of course, there's no holy grail. We're never 100% right. But the idea is that We take the emotion out of it. Once we enter the trade, if the market goes up, we know what we're going to do. If the market goes down, we know what we're going to do.
I was just going to say, if Trump keeps tweeting the way that he is, then the computer may not be able to predict what's coming next.
He's a wild card.
You got a new factor to work into the model. Now, I remember when I would listen to Phil's gang, he would talk about different peaks and valleys or different setups, and he would say, okay, this is a double peak or something. And are those the types of things that you're looking for in Key2Options, different types of behaviors that are going to say, okay, now is the time to buy?
Yeah, so within the program, depending on what your methodology is, we can set up those things in the program for you to design. You're basically designing your own model on how you want to do it and what your setups are. Some people may want that. There's all different types of indicators that you can use, and we can test to find out how accurate they are. But from our standpoint, we use our state modeling, and that has a whole bunch of secret stuff that I'm not allowed to talk about.
Understood. Now, is this program, is it designed for the individual day trader? Is it designed for, institutional traders?
Yeah, so the program is designed for what's called swing trading, where basically you would be holding positions anywhere from 1 day to about 60 days out. So not really for the day trader. We get end-of-day data. In a typical day, we get over 1 million points of data into our program that we house on our servers. And so from there, it's really designed for, that interim type trader.
What about experience level? Can somebody who really knows nothing about stocks come in and buy this program and be comfortable with this, or is this for somebody that's more experienced, just even as an individual trader?
You said earlier I could even use it.
No, it really is designed for everybody. So the beginning person who's just starting out, like I said, you get to trade for 10 years previously and find out what works and doesn't work.
Study the trends based on whatever stock, bond, or option that you want to go into.
Absolutely. And then for more sophisticated investors who already have a strategy, we can take that strategy, look at it, and maybe change 1 or 2 parameters and make it a better trading system for them.
Now, do you offer coaching and consulting as an add-on to the program, or do you just sell the base program and then people can add on what they like after that?
Yeah, no, it's not an add-on. We're with you the whole way. We want to make you a better trader. So once you become a member, we give you one-on-one coaching, teach you, get you up to speed on whatever level you're at. If you're a beginning options trader, we talk to you about different strategies and then how to implement it in the program. If you're more advanced, we can help you there. And we also do custom programming for hedge fund managers now who have their own set of criteria. We can custom design that for them.
Okay. Currently talking to Michael McNellis. He is an options strategist with Key2Options. You can learn more about this program at key2options.com. Got to take a break, but we got another segment with him when we come back on That Business Show with Jamie and Kelly, where business becomes show business.
How many times have you said to yourself, I wish there was an app for that? Stop wishing and start making the world better. Turn your brilliant idea into a profitable business by using Popcorn apps. Their affordable app design will help get your blue sky idea or proven business to the next level at a fraction of the cost of other developers. They will help you get through all the steps needed to make your thoughts become live. See them at popcornapps.com with a K in popcorn, or call them at 727-415-6705 for your free consultation and pop your kernel of an idea into $1 million business and a world changer starting today.
Teresa Turner is a certified public accountant and the founder of Tax Happens, a boutique-style CPA firm providing small businesses and individuals with hands-on, personalized tax and accounting services. Although we would love to tell you how happy their clients are, we would like you to see for yourself. Tax Happens has 21 Google reviews and a 4.8-star Google rating, 17 Yelp reviews and a 5-star Yelp rating, 38 Facebook reviews and a 4.9-star Facebook rating. What sets Tax Happens apart is number 1, upfront pricing, 2, clear deadlines, 3, personally available year-round, and number 4, a willingness to empower clients to do as much or as little as they desire. Visit taxhappens.com for more information.
Have you ever tried to buy a home for your family only to find out that you don't qualify for a mortgage loan? You thought that after 20 years as a customer of your bank, they would help you when you needed it the most, right? Unfortunately, the banks of today are not the banks of our parents and grandparents, and our relationships with them just don't matter anymore. My name is Frank Cotto, and I'm the president of the Lincoln Lending Group. We all may need a bank, but we also need a Frank, and that's what I'm here to do for you today. Lincoln Lending Group will waive all of your lending fees, which include your mortgage, application fee, your underwriting fee, processing fees, and any bank points. Just call 813-MORTGAGE. You drop the E, and we'll drop the fee.
In an age when the good and the better vie for attention, it is the best that stands out. The best of Tampa Bay from Proudly Florida is the love story for the city of Tampa, celebrating success, sharing achievements, a tribute to enterprise and community spirit. Let Proudly Florida showcase your business to your city, your nation, and the world. For more information, email info@proudlyflorida.com and be sure to visit proudlyflorida.com.
Are you in need of new flooring or ready to tackle that home remodeling project? Then contact Yeager & Company Incorporated, a family-owned, state-certified general contracting business with over 70 years of experience and the recipient of the Angie's List Super Service Award for the last 8 years in multiple categories. Yeager & Company comes to you with their shop-at-home flooring sales service, and their hardwood flooring refinishing is the very best in the Bay. Kitchen and bath design featuring American-made, well-born cabinets, and all work is done by employees, not subcontractors. Learn more at YeagerFlooring.com.
If you've been following That Business Show on Facebook and Twitter, you may have noticed the quality of some of our images. That's because one of our sponsors is pro photographer Rick Taseda, a member of the Professional Photographers of America. You can view his extensive work by going to his website at ricktaseda.com or call him for an appointment to chat about your photography needs at 813-641-4757. That's 813-641-4757. 4757. Rick Taseda Visuals. Call him for your next event or project.
Savvy business owners utilize technology to connect with customers, communicate among teams, and collaborate with partners. Even with advances in technology, you all know it's not infallible. Where do you turn when your technology starts working against you? Who do you depend on to keep your team productive? Don't wait until your technology fails you. Get ahead of the crisis and contact the professionals at Alpha Computing Solutions so they can show you how to keep your technology running smoothly. Visit them online at www.alphacomputing.com.
From the RP Funding Traffic Network.
Morning, heavy traffic on the southbound side of the Suncoast and Veterans Expressway between State Road 54 and Hutchinson. Crash in the Northdale area on southbound Dale Mabry at Carrollwood Place. That is just south of Van Dyke. The left and center lanes are blocked here. Delays on the northbound side of 275 just off the Howard Franklin Bridge into the West Shore area. Heavy traffic on westbound I-4 from 301 over towards 275. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson Utica Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by Unbound. There's a girl in El Salvador who dreams of becoming an engineer. There's an elder in Uganda who dreams of having a community to call his own. No two dreams are the same. Help one person achieve theirs at unbound.org. That's unbound.org.
Today, partly cloudy, warm and muggy, high 83. Tonight, partly cloudy and mild, low 66. Tomorrow, a slight chance of showers, high 80.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie and Kelly on 1250 Wins WHNZ. Missed a show? Then head over to TampaBayRadio.com, where all shows are available on demand. Once again, here are your hosts, Jamie and Kelly.
And we're back to That Business Show with Jamie and Kelly, where business becomes show business. Talking about options with Michael McNellis. He is an options strategist with Key2Options. You can learn more about this at key2options.com. And Michael, this whole program revolves around commission-free trading, or you have a commission-free model. How does this work?
So the great thing with the program is what we do is we help you develop a trading plan, right? So a lot of times people just decide to buy a stock because their friend Joe told them, hey, I think this is a good idea. And we take a more systematic approach to it. So we help you build a trading plan. Again, have an idea of why you want to buy something, test it for 10 years worth of time. Once we decide that you're happy with the results, we can implement that into our programs. So you would set it as an alert. So for example, going back to if you wanted to buy Apple on Monday and sell it on Friday, on Monday you would get an alert saying it's time to buy Apple, and on Friday you would get one that was saying it was time to sell Apple. And within our program, right from our platform, we're partners with Tradier Brokerage, and as a member of Key2Options, you can trade commission-free right through our program. So it's a great one-stop shop program for stock or options.
So you trade
traders.
anything and everything commission-free?
That's right.
Wow, that's a pretty good offer then. There's got to be a catch or something there. Then what?
Well, you're a member.
That's right.
Just the membership fees cover the commissions.
Absolutely, absolutely. So it's a great thing for a lot of people. It's a savings, and it's direct access right from our platform. So the old model of different software, say I was an E-Trade customer, I would be stuck with whatever software E-Trade had. Tradier has a different model where different companies like ours can access their platform and trade directly through them. So because we have such great technology people who work for us, we're integrated right in through their platform. So again, you design your trading plan and execute it right from our platform, right through Tradier, and it's commission free.
Is the Key2Options, is this a monthly fee that is paid? Is there different options or plans available?
Yeah, we have two different plans. We have a Stocks Pro and an Options Pro. Stocks Pro is strictly for trading stocks and testing stocks. You also get access to our proprietary state modeling. With the options, you also have all the different option strategies that are available.
Okay, so if you want to do them both, you have two different platforms. They're not combined into one platform.
That's correct. And we have a monthly or a yearly subscription to it. So you can either do it for a month or you can do it on a yearly basis, and you get a little bit of a discount for doing it on a yearly basis.
What is the learning curve, generally speaking, with people when they come onto the platform? How long does it take them to get comfortable with this?
You know, depending upon their acumen on options strategies, it can take anywhere from a few hours to maybe a day. We do different seminars throughout the country, hold webinars.
Okay, so I mean, people can be up and running and comfortable within the week then. Even.
Absolutely, absolutely. We give them kind of a Key2Options 101 class to get them going, and then once they feel comfortable with the first part of the program, and then we keep progressing them until they're using the entire program.
When was the platform launched? You said 10 years, I think you said ago?
Well, no.
It's got 10 years of history, basically. That's
right.
What
It's got 10 years worth of history.
Okay.
We launched in springtime of this year. It's been in development for about 2 years or so. Lots of computer programming hours into it, so you don't have to have any computer programming into it. And so it's a great thing. Options they give you a lot of options, right? So if we think the stock's going to go up, there's different strategies. We can have a call. We might have a bull call spread or a bull put spread, all these different strategies. We can now compare them one versus the other in a very quick, efficient manner. So we might say that buying a long call on Apple return 42%, a bull call spread return 30%, and we can find out these different things just by clicking a few buttons and changing parameters. And so it's real easy. No Excel spreadsheets anymore for you, Jamie. We take care of all that for you.
That was just academia. Like I said,
think he enjoys the spreadsheet.
I've never actually been out in the real world. Now, you are a former stockbroker, Series 7,
right,
and you came into the platform. Just got 30 seconds. I mean, what's it like working with this platform versus, I guess, traditional trading?
Well, it's fantastic because, again, we take that human emotion out of it. And so when I might want to sell, the program tells me to stay in there, or vice versa, so that human emotion, the Donald Trump factor, all that's out of there. We just deal with mathematics to make rational trades.
Give them a call, 813-330-0900, 330-0900, or visit key2options.com. Thank you very much, Michael.
Thank you, guys.
We're back in a moment.
There's a
I feel guilty that I can't always be there when Mom feels stuck at home. She was always there for us. But now she can't get out, and I'm not always available to take her places. Someone else needs to help her get around. Then I learned about Home Instead. Now Mom can do what she enjoys because her personal caregiver is there, and I can just be a daughter again.
Are you struggling to care for your loved one? We can help. Home Instead Senior Care. To us, it's personal.
Hi, welcome to Yeager's. We just want to take a minute and show you what we're all about. At Yeager's, our primary business is hardwood flooring, although we are remodelers for kitchen, bath, and general construction. We operate a fleet of shop-at-home vans that have all the flooring type products, hardwood flooring, laminate flooring, tiles, stone, what have you. So we're able to come out first with products in our vehicles and take a look at the setting, how the colors will work, and then to be able to come up with some options and ideas for you. If that's not good enough, we have a large distribution center that we inventory product and have a nice display area.
County on State Road 52 between Moon Lake and Hayes. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson, Utica, Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by Lead Safe America. More than 1 in 3 American kids has lead in their blood. No level of lead is safe. Lead poisoning causes learning disabilities and behavioral disorders. Has your child been tested? Learn more at leadsafeamerica.org.
1250 winds weather center forecast. Could see some morning fog around the Bay Area. Eventually you'll see partly sunny skies. A little warmer today in the lower 80s, the low near 70 degrees. Forecast about the same for tomorrow. Still looking at chance of showers on Thursday. Impact Radio 1250 winds, WHNZ.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie and Kelly on 1250 Winds WHNZ. Missed the show? Then head over to TampaBayRadio.com, where all shows are available on demand. Once again, here are your hosts, Jamie and Kelly.
And thanks for staying tuned in to That Business Show. Now, Jamie and Kelly, where business becomes show business. If you'd like to come on to the program, we invite you over to tbsinterview.com to learn more about how to get onto the program and a lot of FAQs associated with the program as far as demographics and listenership and distribution and all of that works. It's a great exposure for your business, and this is the only program in Tampa Bay that gives this type of time to business owners and organizations to get their message, product or service out to the community in with some good amount of time to discuss it. So tbsinterview.com, and also it's a member benefit of joining the Tampa Bay business owners. Learn more about that at both TampaBayRadio.com and tbbo.org. So let's going to bring in our next guest for the program. We're going to do our weekly What's Trending segment with Matt Ashwood of the Songbird Agency. So Matt, welcome into the morning discussion today.
Good morning.
And so you're got a new social network you wanted to discuss today, Drive Tribe?
Yeah, just yesterday, 3 guys from my home country, England, launched this social network. I don't know, not too many Americans are familiar with it. There's a popular TV show back in England called Top Gear, which is the most watched factual show in the world, one of the most successful TV shows there is. Basically, it's these 3 guys, car journalists, talk about cars and stuff, but they'll do crazy stuff like go. Are
they building cars or they're just talking cars?
They'll review cars.
They're reviewing cars,
but
okay.
They'll take a car and drive it across to Europe and like beat
the crap out of it.
Yeah,
okay,
I wasn't sure why I could say that. I was like, I'll let you say that there.
Right.
But yeah, so they have a lot of fun with different cars. It's a very popular show, but which was a BBC show, and some there's BBC, British Broadcasting. It's like the
Are we
NBC.
supposed to know that?
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
It's kind of a big network, yes.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah,
in Britain, perhaps?
Yeah.
It spills over into this country, though.
Oh, it does? Oh, whatever.
Yeah. But they got into some drama with the BBC a year ago, and then Amazon recognized how popular they were, invested in them to create this new TV show called The Grand Tour, which is just a bigger version of what they were doing on the BBC. But what I didn't realize until last week is what they're also doing is starting their own social network that kind of goes across with their popularity across the motor enthusiast community. So they just launched it this yesterday. It's called drivetribe.com. If you go to .com, there's an app too.
Yeah, I'm over there right now. It's the first time I've been on the site, and I signed in with Facebook, and so it asks me to pick my tribe. And so what is a tribe?
Yeah. So it's these little communities within this social network. So it's very interesting because there's tribes, like you can follow certain people within there. So like the three guys, they each have their own tribe. Jeremy Clarkson, Richard Hammond, James May. They have their tribe. You know, you can follow what they're doing. There's also there's also tribes for specific things. So like there's a supercar tribe, there's a motorcycle tribe, there's a tribe. I'm in a tribe. There's a tribe for people that drive Ford Focuses.
So this is like a Facebook group for whatever community that you want to be a part of. Then,
yeah,
right?
yeah, but it's specific for the car world.
Okay, and so I take it you're a car person then.
I'm not crazy. Like I do like cars. I'm just not the expert on cars or anything like that. But like I really like I'm following a lot of the supercar stuff and. There are some different things. One tribe I really like is the travel. I forget what it's called, but basically there's a bunch of people that post photos of these great sceneries, taking their car around the world, kind of thing, and it's pretty cool.
I just joined the Future Machines, and I clicked it, and it didn't do anything. It says I'm joined, and I'm trying to go into this thing, so trying to understand how their site works and everything. So basically, it's a bunch of squares on the site there.
Yeah,
so
it's probably easier to use It's probably easier to use from the app.
Oh, is that? Yeah, so many things are going to apps these days, and I'm still stuck in Internet Explorer, by the way.
Right. Well,
and actually, you know what? I actually have Chrome up right now. So
going back to, he said he signed in with Facebook, and I know we might have addressed this before, but when he signs in with Facebook, does it notify like his friends on Facebook that he has just signed in to this website?
So some apps can. For most they don't anymore. They just grab your email and public profile. So like they'll upload his profile picture to it and basically help you set up a profile without having to fill out all the information.
Because I probably would do that more often, like, sign up into different systems if I could just easily do it through Facebook, but I don't want to like start promoting it on Facebook that I'm signing into these.
Yeah,
it doesn't post
portals.
On Facebook that you signed in when you just sign in with Facebook.
No, it can though. But when it opens up that window for you to log in through Facebook and give your approval, there'll be some small print that'll let you know, hey, this isn't gonna post to Facebook.
Or make sure you uncheck something if you do perhaps have something checked.
Right.
That gives that permission to do it.
Yeah, when it opens up that window, it'll let you know what it's gonna do.
Okay, so Drive Tribe is a new social network out there for car enthusiasts, and so drivetribe.com. I'm still trying to figure it out right now. But
so what all are you going to be able to do with it? Is it more so just following the car enthusiasts then?
Yeah, you can set up your own tribe to kind of build a community around what you care about within the car world.
Like Jeeps, Jeeps I know are a big following with all the people that have Jeeps, so perhaps that would be a tribe.
Yeah, so there's probably a couple tribes around.
Now,
Jeeps,
you grew up in England. What's the car scene like over there? I mean, are people into their cars and their vehicles? They are here.
I learned to drive here, so I know.
So
it's a longer process to learn to drive over there.
What's the difference? Y'all drive on the other side of the road.
You have there's that. You have to be 17. You have to clock in so many hours with a
supervised driver.
A teacher actually. You have to pay for classes and. There's a whole process. When you're learning to drive, they put a big L on the back of your car to warn other drivers.
Well, they kind of do that here, don't they? Like driver.
That driving on the other side of the road thing, though, is actually safer than the way we do it because you're on opposite sides in a single driver situation. You're further apart from one another in the event of a head-on collision because the way we drive it, if we hit each other like just sideswipe, we're going to hit the impact.
The driver's seat is the other side of the road.
Common for everything.
The driver's seat is opposite side.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So okay.
Yeah, that's better to be apart on the lanes and everything than the way we do it because we're right there on the inner lanes together, and so when we hit, even if we don't hit directly on, and you hit just on the edges or on the sides there, it's more dangerous. It's been studied and stuff, and the driving on the other side of the road or putting the car seats on the other side of the vehicle is definitely a safety measure and everything. So,
cool.
But cars are definitely a centerpiece of the American culture. You didn't have that necessarily in England.
It really came from watching that TV show Top Gear. They introduced this car stuff, and now that's what introduced me to cars.
My first love was cars. years. I had an '87 Ford Mustang that my dad bought for me for, I think he put on $2,600 is what the cost was, and it became my first car when I turned 16. I thought I was like the king of the school and everything that I had a Ford Mustang, and this is in West Virginia, by the way. Had that car for 5 years, and when I bought it, it had 90,000 miles on it. I ran it up to like 160,000 miles, and soon turned it in years later. But I worked on it all the time. The thing was always breaking down, from transmissions to AC. I pulled the dash out of that car one time because I had an AC problem, and it was just I thought I was going to become a mechanic because I fell in love with working on my car, and so I started working on other people's car and realized I didn't like it, so I screwed up my friends' cars, and so that didn't work out.
I think that's a Ford thing because I'm learning that with my Focus. I've had it I had to take it in a couple times already, and
there was a cultural shock for me because when I came to Florida, I realized the Mustang wasn't the cool car anymore down here. That's the redneck sports car that I was taught when I came down to Florida. I was like, all right, so what do I need to get?
In England, that was the American, that's an American, cool American car, Mustang.
So my first car when I turned 16, I got a Suzuki Samurai. Do you remember the Suzuki Samurais? It was brand new. It was teal green, and it had Kelly airbrushed on the side of it. It was beautiful.
Wow, I gotta see a picture.
Brand new, and it was. I still have the sticker from the window, and it was $89.95. So this was 1998, I guess, 1998. So yeah, brand new car, $89.95, Suzuki Samurai. Yeah, I'll have to bring in pictures.
And you airbrushed Kelly on?
I absolutely did. I was proud of my little Jeep, and it was convertible top. I had these big speakers mounted in the back, and me and the girls would, we were out and we'd have a great time. It was fun. And as stupid as we were back then, we would try to. Everybody said the car could tip. If you remember back then with those smaller Jeeps, and we would literally try. I'm not sure why we did that, but we did, and thank God it did not tip over.
I was into the car stereos. I did do a number of CD installations because that was in the late 90s there, mid-90s was during the transition when tape decks and CDs were kind of coming in and out right there. And so every car that a friend of mine would get, I would offer to put in a CD player for them. And I built out my whole car. I had a speaker system in the car. I did all that
stuff. I wish we would have been friends way back then. I would have loved to have somebody to put music and stuff. And
was that big in England? Did you all have sound systems in your cars?
Yeah, that is a popular thing across the Chav community. I don't know if you
the Chav community.
Yeah,
what's the Chav community?
It's kind of like our gang culture in the UK.
Okay.
So they're known as Chavs or Scallies, and
I knew some people
there's gangs everywhere, I guess.
There were some people in my hometown. I just put a basic speaker box in the hatchback area, but there were some people. The best thing to get was an SUV because you could take the entire back seat all the way back to the glass and just make it one big speaker box, and you could hear those things for 2 miles down the road.
Yeah, so you should look for a tribe around car stereos and things.
I'm no longer into it. Everything. Well, the cars of today have made it impossible to do that type of stuff, like BMWs. I mean, the radio is like a central computer unit. You can't go in there and mess with that thing. And plus, they come with such good sound systems to begin with these days. I mean, you don't really need to replace them. It was big business up in Elkins, West Virginia. I had my little 10-inch Orions. I even had an Orion across the top of the windshield. I even marketed for them. I had a big Orion. What is that? A windshield cover across the car, and turned the car into a little stereo system.
It's funny how the cars come and go, and even with the Suzuki Samurais. Does Suzuki still make cars? I guess they do. But whatever happened with Samurais? I think it was out a couple years. And then they went away. I thought they were cute. Other than the fact that they might have had some safety hazards. And it was did I say 98? Because it was definitely, it was 88. Because that would have been when the Samurai.
My first car was 87 Mustang. And so, yeah, your first was 88 then.
It was
okay.
88.
Yeah,
I think I said 98, but I don't think the Samurais were around then. It's kind of sad how they just come and go.
But that first car became, I came to Florida with it, and it became the fraternity's car because I joined a fraternity, and I was one of the only people in the house that had a car, and then everybody was always borrowing. That's how I actually got gas for the car. I think people would want to borrow the car. I was like, all right, you got to put gas in it, and so it became the fraternity's car. That car has been through a lot, and I traded it in on a '95 Mustang many years ago. And if I could find that '87 Mustang again, I would probably pay top dollar to get that car back. My father up in West Virginia has done his best to find out where it ended up at, but I would love to get that car back and keep it as a memento because I had a lot of fun in that car.
Yeah. Cool.
I've always said I want to remake or a 97 or a 79. It's early. I can't even. All my numbers are backwards. A 79 Fiat. My father had one way back many years ago, and I always said someday I wanted to find a 79 Fiat and like what do you call it? Remake it, remodel it, fix it up, do something with it.
Refurbish. But
yeah, I don't know that I'll do it. Maybe have somebody else do it.
I rigged up my '87 Mustang 7 ways of Sunday. So whoever got that car after me, yeah, because I used to have to explain people how I had things put together and wired, and I completely changed that car to get the different wires and speakers and different things to work. So whoever got the car after me, it was definitely a rig job after that.
So what about you, Matt? What was your first car?
First car was a Toyota Camry, 1993.
Oh, your parents got you a safe car.
Yeah.
That sounds like a safe car.
Well,
that's a good thing.
I don't know if it was safe. It was pretty old. Because I paid for it. I think it was it was really cheap, and the paint was already ripping off. There was a cool stereo sound set up inside, and it had racer seats, like covers. So I was like, oh, this is legit.
Let's take a break here. Currently talk with Matt Ashwood on our weekly What's Trending segment on That Business Show with Jamie and Kelly, where business becomes show business.
How many times have you said to yourself, I wish there was an app for that? Stop wishing and start making the world better. Turn your brilliant idea into a profitable business by using Popcorn apps. Their affordable app design will help get your blue sky idea or proven business to the next level at a fraction of the cost of other developers. They will help you get through all the steps needed to make your thoughts become live. See them at popcornapps.com with a K in popcorn, or call them at 727-415-6705 for your free consultation and pop your kernel of an idea into $1 million business and a world changer starting today.
Teresa Turner is a certified public accountant and the founder of Tax Happens, a boutique-style CPA firm providing small businesses and individuals with hands-on, personalized tax and accounting services. Although we would love to tell you how happy their clients are, we would like you to see for yourself. Tax Happens has 21 Google reviews and a 4.8-star Google rating, 17 Yelp reviews and a 5-star Yelp rating, 38 Facebook reviews and a 4.9-star Facebook rating. What sets Tax Happens apart is number 1, upfront pricing, 2, clear deadlines, 3, personally available year-round, and number 4, a willingness to empower clients to do as much or as little as they desire. Visit taxhappens.com for more information.
Have you ever tried to buy a home for your family only to find out that you don't qualify for a mortgage loan? You thought that after 20 years as a customer of your bank, they would help you when you needed it the most, right? Unfortunately, the banks of today are not the banks of our parents and grandparents, and our relationships with them just don't matter anymore. My name is Frank Cotto, and I'm the president of the Lincoln Lending Group. We all may need a bank, but we also need a Frank, and that's what I'm here to do for you today. Lincoln Lending Group will waive all of your lending fees, which include your mortgage, application fee, your underwriting fee, processing fees, and any bank points. Just call 813-MORTGAGE. You drop the E, and we'll drop the fee.
Are you in need of new flooring or ready to tackle that home remodeling project? Then contact Yeager & Company Incorporated, a family-owned, state-certified general contracting business with over 70 years of experience and the recipient of the Angie's List Super Service Award for the last 8 years in multiple categories. Yeager & Company comes to you with their shop-at-home flooring sales service, and their hardwood flooring refinishing is the very best in the Bay. Kitchen and bath design featuring American-made, well-born cabinets, and all work is done by employees, not subcontractors. Learn more at YeagerFlooring.com.
If you've been following That Business Show on Facebook and Twitter, you may have noticed the quality of some of our images. That's because one of our sponsors is pro photographer Rick Taseda, a member of the Professional Photographers of America. You can view his extensive work by going to his website at ricktaseda.com or call him for an appointment to chat about your photography needs at 813-641-4757. That's 813-641-4757. Rick Taseda Visuals. Call him for your next event or project.
Savvy business owners utilize technology to connect with customers, communicate among teams, and collaborate with partners. Even with advances in technology, you all know it's not infallible. Where do you turn when your technology starts working against you? Who do you depend on to keep your team productive? Don't wait until your technology fails you. Get ahead of the crisis and contact the professionals at Alpha Computing Solutions so they can show you how to keep your technology running smoothly. Visit them online at www.alphacomputing.com.
Who doesn't have a smartphone these days? And of course, there's an app for everything. Well, almost everything. That's why the folks at Popcorn Apps started developing mobile applications. They saw people like you with genius ideas, unable to make those thoughts a reality. They develop applications for tens of thousands of dollars less than you'll find anywhere else, and will turn your idea into a reality in a matter of just a few months. Think you're not ready? Think again. They are your one-stop shop for mobile application development. See them at popcornapps.com with a K in popcorn, or call them at 727-415-6705 for your free consultation and pop your kernel of an idea into $1 million business and a world changer starting today.
From the Spectrum Traffic Center.
Morning crash in Gibsonton on northbound US 41 north of Sims Road. This one blocking a couple lanes. Also one in Northdale on southbound Dale Mabry at Carrollwood Place. This one blocking the left and center lanes. Heavy traffic on the southbound side of the Suncoast Parkway between State Road 54 and Hutchinson, and also on the brakes between Waters and the Courtney Campbell Causeway due to a crash near Independence. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson Utica Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. Your child has different needs at different stages of life, and that includes the car seat. Protect your child's future at every stage of life. Go to safercar.gov/the right seat.
Today, partly cloudy, warm and muggy, high 83. Tonight, partly cloudy and mild, low 66. Tomorrow, a slight chance of showers, high 80.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie and Kelly on 1250 Wins WHNZ. Missed a show? Then head over to TampaBayRadio.com, where all shows are available on demand. Once again, here are your hosts, Jamie and Kelly.
And welcome back to What's Trending on That Business Show with Jamie and Kelly, where business becomes show business. We're hearing from Matt Ashwood of the Songbird Agency. If you could use his services, reach out to him at his website, mattashwood.me. And be sure to check out his Facebook group, which is simply entitled What's Trending.
Okay, so we're still trying to master Twitter. I'm getting there. I still have to limit the characters, and I would like to say that I'm working on it, but I really have not been. So, well, okay. How do you build influence with Twitter? Like, how do you build followers, and yeah.
Well, best way I'm recommending people use Twitter is to start those conversations with the people you want to have conversations with. So. When you're, especially a great place to use it, especially if you're in the business community a lot around these networking events, is to look for other people that are tweeting at these events and tweet them, oh, hey, let's get connected, or, hey, I saw you over here, well done, good job. If you see someone on the show, usually a lot of people, they come on the show, they have their Twitter handle, they're using their Twitter handle. A great way to get connected with our guests on the show is to find their Twitter handle, tweet them, hey, great job on the show. I had a question for you about what you had to say.
Twitter handle. That just sounds odd. So, when after the guests leave, typically I'm connecting with them on LinkedIn. Yeah. I don't typically on Facebook, but I have more so because I know Jamie's bigger on the Facebook. But I didn't even think about connecting with them on Twitter.
Yeah, so that's one way to connect with people. If they are an avid Twitter user, that's a great way to connect because a lot of people find it very simple to use and simple to manage. So it's almost like it's closer to actually texting the person. It's like the in-between texting and using a social network to use someone. So it's more of you can start a healthier conversation through Twitter than, kind of LinkedIn can kind of be tedious and, it's like emails back and forth.
It's healthier because it's shorter.
Yeah,
right.
And that's why people appreciate
it.
Right.
You seem surprised with a handle. You never heard what a handle is before?
I've never heard that before.
Handle comes. I remember learning that when I was a kid, messing with CBs. Did you ever mess with CBs?
No, I don't know
what
a CB
is.
I know. I've heard of it.
I had a whole.
Truck drivers use it.
That was when my first communication loves there was messing with the CBs. Me and my friends had those things. It's what truckers use to communicate on the road.
Okay.
And so me and my friends rigged up a little system at our house, and we'd get on there and start talking to the truckers and everything, and we had a lot of fun with it. And that's related to like ham radio and all that stuff. A whole different network on it. And it's kind of a kind of a small network of these days, but that's where the word handle comes from.
There were TV shows from way back when that I just came to mind, but I can't think of what they were called. That were always on like the CB type radio.
Yeah,
anyway.
CB and stuff. But yeah, I had a whole little system rigged up as a kid. Me and my friends would talk to the truckers and whoever else we could find on there. You just start turning the channel and seeing what you could hear. It was just,
that's because there wasn't social media. There wasn't all these other things to attract us as children.
And we didn't have cable in West Virginia until until, at least my area of West Virginia, until 6th grade. And so 2nd, 3rd, and 4th grade, when we had 3 channels to watch, and so we had to come up with other stuff. And the one channel that would only come in the best was TBS, and that's back when the Braves were terrible in the 80s. I fell in love with them in the 90s when they were good, but I followed the Braves all the time in the 80s when I hated them, and so and in the 90s they became good. But that was one of the only channels I could watch as a kid.
Was that the Atlanta Braves?
Atlanta Braves.
Is that because
yes.
it's TBS in Atlanta? Is that why?
Yeah.
Oh.
It just came in our area for whatever reason. I don't know. It came
West
in.
Virginia?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was back when had the thunk 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 when you would turn the channels
I don't know
on
what that is. No,
yeah, yeah, Matt's like 22 or something. I'm 39, so he didn't experience anything but digital.
Well, it's crazy that because I remember years ago our parents telling us these stories of when they were younger, and we would be like, "What? This is crazy." And it's funny now that we have become those people.
Yeah,
we have become our parents in a sense, where we're telling these stories, and the kids of today look at us like we're nuts.
It's interesting how technology will advance in the next 20 years. What are kids going to be saying to you that you're going to be? Yeah. And how technology is moving, especially with the computers. We're actually moving into an age of quantum computers, which is a whole interesting topic right there in and of itself. As computer parts get smaller and smaller, the realm of quantum physics is coming into play with our computer systems.
Even laptops are going to be irrelevant.
That's the future. That is the future of
use?
technology. That is the future of technology.
Your watch, because I will never. I couldn't see it.
Yeah, the future of technology, though, are the quantum computers. And so the days of processing ones and zeros is finally going to go away with quantum computers. And for people that don't know what I'm talking about, do a little research on that. It's quite interesting because quantum physics is coming into play as parts getting smaller and smaller and smaller. The laws of physics change at the quantum level versus the relativity level, which is what we're used to seeing everything operate at.
He's on a roll today, isn't he?
I told you quantum physics is one of my favorite things to watch and study. So.
He went to the University of everything.
Yeah, I know a little bit about everything. My first interest was science. I was going to be a virologist or something with astronomy, and yes, I fell into business. So the default category that so many of us fall into. And so, well, we got to wrap up this hour of the program. So Matt Ashwood of Songbird Agency, also handling social media for the program and responsible for a lot of the short little video clips that you see on our Facebook page. Reach out to him, mattashwood.me for social media assistance. So Matt, thank you as always.
Thank you guys.
Matt.
And learn more about this program over at TampaBayRadio.com and connect with us on our social media channels, which are Facebook.com/ThatBusinessShow, Twitter, which is Jamie_Maloney, YouTube channel simply entitled Jamie Maloney, and what else do we have out there? We got an Instagram out there now too. What's the name of that out there? Is it
That Business Show?
That Business Show. All right, so we got an Instagram out there now. So thanks to Matt, he got us hooked up on that, and he's running that as well. So stay tuned. We got another hour of That Business Show coming up after the break on That Business Show with Jamie and Kelly, where business becomes show business.